Now, all jokes aside, though, all jokes aside. Now, only reason I said that he deserved the kick, not the down, nothing like that. The reason why he deserved the kick, because he slapped the shit out of homeboy last year.
He did slap the kick.
He slapped those boy for no reason, man.
I agree with you on that. We'll go around, boy.
And that foot damn sure came around. And that foot damn sure came around, too.
What you mean he shot them for no reason? Bro was talking crazy.
It don't matter, bro. You play your
It don't matter, bro. Watch your mouth.
Exactly. That's something he can't watch no more.
You gonna shoot me cause I smacked you?
Yeah, nigga,
you buns.
You put your hand in my face, bro. You crazy.
What type of
Hey, my nigga, it get to a point where nigga don't do no more fighting, bro. Nigga did that shit. I'm an old nigga. I ain't got time to fuck around with you niggas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bust right your ass. Nigga, put your hands on me. I'm gonna bust in your ass. I promise.
I will. That's that Texas shit. Y'all motherfuckers is different. You niggas,
I'm an old
niggas wanna run around with the hammers. Niggas can't shake. That's what that is.
Nah, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that.
Hey, y'all, you talking about that new nigga shit? That's old nigga shit, nigga.
You must be sleeping on the rock. You must be sleeping on the rock or something. They shoot now.
Nah. Don't get me. Look, check it out. Don't get me wrong, bro. I feel where you coming from, but it's like, damn, nigga, what you niggas don't know how to fight?
Who don't know how to fight?
It's not a fact to know.
What the fuck?
I'm too old to be fighting a motherfucking nigga.
Like, and look, check it out. And depending on what it is, you just gonna clip a nigga?
I'm gonna
OD, like,
nigga put his hands on me.
What the fuck? Like, what?
Nigga in his motherfucking ass, I promise,
bro. That's OD, bro. That's OD, bro. It could have been something real small, bro. Like, what if y'all was fighting? Like, look, what if?
It was real small. He put his motherfucking hands on me.
No, nigga not just gonna put his hands on nobody, but like, I mean,
you gonna walk and slap the shit out of me. Nigga, what?
But the nigga ain't woke up and smacked the shit out of
Somebody must have smacked you. Somebody must have smacked you. You ain't do nothing. Somebody smacked you.
Who, me?
Yeah, had to.
You know, kind of nigga, you a grimy nigga.
I'm a grimy nigga. Nah, bro, nigga, if
you type nigga break a nigga ass out, your homeboy ass out, he go out on a vacation type nigga. That nigga go there, let's go in his ass. Get the dope type nigga.
Nah, bro.
I'm just another grown man, you should expect to get the shit shot at you. I mean, what do you expect?
I mean, if you smack, if
this grown ass man.
If you
the nigga ain't, but he ain't just smack him though, bro. The nigga was talking spicy, bro.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. See, when you slapped it, all rules go out the door.
What?
Hell yeah.
Bro, come on, bro. Y'all gotta be real. Y'all niggas just trying to do time, man. Fuck out of here. Bro, you not going. First of all, check this out, bro.
Bro, come down here.
You gonna get
warm here in Florida, but really everything's considered a warm afternoon for
first of all, I'm not, bro. Depending on what the situation is, I'm not just gonna smack a nigga. But if a nigga talking spicy, bro, like,
what do you expect?
What's up, nigga?
What do you gonna do?
This is the whole point. Listen, and he didn't punch the nigga, he slapped. That's a grown ass man.
I get spit in your face, bro. I'm gonna shoot the shit out that nigga. I promise. Start it off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
I'm an old nigga. It ain't about no generation, Denario. I'm telling you.
It's just the respect.
I fight a nigga out there, but I know I'm not
first and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, bro. It ain't even like, bro. I can see you shooting. I can see you shoot. Check it out. I can see you shooting a nigga over some bread, bro. I can't see you just. I'm from New York, bro. I can't see you just.
From down south, bro. You don't get shot, bro. Nigga kill you over $5.
So check it out, bro. So like, y'all just nigga just getting hit for anything. That's some dumb shit, bro. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard. You getting hit for nothing? The fuck?
Niggas done these games for nothing. Same thing.
So time is going as they come up now.
Get the game for nothing.
Nigga gonna pull out the hammer because I was fighting for my son that your son tried to bully. Like,
listen.
nah, nigga, fuck that, nigga. They gonna have to put me on the news after that. Shit might not even make the news.
Hey, listen. You can't say that like across the board because what you call disrespect and what somebody else called disrespect are two different things. So to squash all that, the slap shit ain't happening to the kids. They should just left it between the kids.
Right.
If you're gonna do that.
But listen though.
Once you take it to the next level, you don't know how I'm gonna react. I might slap you, I might fight you, I might shoot you.
What you believe in, another nigga don't believe in what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
So you can't say that.
Say somebody.
Hold on. One more. Okay. Wait a minute, bro. Hold on. I got the perfect scenario, cause I got into a fight like this. I'm walking to the bar, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's crowded. Nigga done threw his shoulder at you. Y'all standing off at each other. I done jabbed the nigga in the neck. What you saying? What? I'm gonna have to bust my gun. I'm gonna have to go run back. So I'm gonna have to dip out.
I'm telling you, for me, we fighting. But for somebody else, you already crossed the line for fighting.
Time out, so what? How you handle that? You dumping. You going back to the whip and you waiting for the nigga outside.
No, me personally, I'm fighting.
I'm gonna be a player, but I'm a player type nigga. I'm gonna say
and nigga be like, nigga, and what? Nigga, what's up? Nigga, nah, you watch out.
I'm saying, I tell you what, but nigga, that dude be the best one.
No, we talking about we gonna shoot.
See what I'm saying? You said walk, give you 2-3 strikes. Another nigga ain't gonna give you 2-3 strikes.
Right.
No,
So to squash all that, don't fuck with nobody. Stay to yourself.
But if you slap a motherfucker, 9 times out of 10, you gonna get your ass shot.
Let me tell y'all something. If it's a we do a hood, that's a nice start for them in this one. We'll run them over the brag and tell everybody he slapped you, right? So what you gonna shoot his ass? But if it's a random nigga slap you in the mall, y'all gonna fight.
Saints offense on the field.
Yo, that nigga, what, bro? That didn't even make any sense, bro.
Alright, you come down here smacking.
Come on, okay, so you smack, so a nigga smacking in your hood, bro. First of all, you wanna know why that don't make sense? Cause niggas, where I'm from, would've got killed on some shit like that. Yeah, you done smacked the nigga, and yeah, the nigga done came back and shot the nigga in the face, bro. Like you said that shit opposite, bro. Like,
you said it wrong.
Yeah.
You know it's fast the nigga you don't know.
But you gonna let a nigga slide in the street? Nah, I'm not jacking that. That don't even make sense.
That shit works, man.
Nah,
where's Smith always on
and he'll be stopped
niggas in different places, man.
17 there.
that's some shit. Y'all niggas just killing niggas just because.
No.
I heard what you said, and what you said sounded like it didn't even sound right, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Say we in the mall, right?
Okay.
We get discussed with some niggas you don't know. We ain't gonna never see niggas no more.
Okay.
You wanna try to smack us, right? We gonna fight right in the club. We gonna run to the car, go get
You gonna fight, but you're not gonna bust your gun at the random nigga that you don't know. But you gonna bust your gun at the nigga in the hood who smacked you.
Yes,
but not the random nigga. That shit don't make no sense. That just makes you think.
Gun in the mouth,
You gonna get the nigga, bro? Have you never heard of shootouts in the mall?
Rifles one that's intercepted.
We don't have no for the mouth. We go to Memphis.
Okay, well, niggas in Atlanta, they have shootouts in the mall all day long.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job.
I'm just saying though, I'm just saying that shit right there just don't make any sense. All right, so you let the nigga rock in the hood, but you don't, like, I don't get that. You shoot the nigga in the hood, but you don't shoot the nigga outside. I would think the same principles go for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what, if y'all jacking that, that's what I think you would say, but you telling me the complete opposite side.
I can't tell what other nigga. I'm busting my strap. I'm an old nigga. I can go do my time. Live my life.
Nah, nigga, fuck out of here. Nigga, you not trying to do no time, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. You're not doing no time, bro. You're not doing that, bro. Yo, let me see. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm old enough.
All right, well, you 30, 40, bro. You're not getting out till you 60. You gonna be sick. What is you talking about?
But I bust niggas ass for the right reason.
Because the nigga smacks you. Because the nigga smacks you. Yeah, get out of here.
Put your hands on me. Tell your grandmama to throw your shit away. You ain't gotta worry about it, bro. Just simple as that. I wouldn't tell how niggas put my
what?
Put your hands on me, bro.
Alright, and so when niggas ask you in your cell, they gonna be like, nigga, what you came in here for? Because the nigga smacked you. For slapping me? Damn. They gonna look at you like, yo, was it worth it?
They gonna say, man, I feel you though, fool. Hey, I know. I'm not taking no disrespect on.
Nah, that's some shit. That's something else. Yeah, nah, I might just have to have it on me when I'm out there, cause niggas be getting crazy. Niggas talk spicy.
If you think about putting your hands on another man, you think there will be no consequences when you put your hands on another man.
If you put your hands on
you gotta be a crazy motherfucker, bro.
You know what? That definitely, you know what I'm saying? I gotta think about it like that now.
Ain't nobody fighting no more.
Just realistically speaking, you do gotta think about it like that. Just if you do put your hand, just be ready to.
Yeah, that shit put me out, bro. But you can
get your internet, Tim.
Yeah, I ain't saying I'll fight a nigga.
Who you playing, Tim?
Nowadays, I can't fight a nigga. No nigga gonna shoot my ass.
even if the nigga done bumped you in the club, like he done bumped you, knocked your drink out your hand.
That's what you call bringing it up.
Bro, it's over with, bro. Nilson done got laid down and kicked in the forehead and shit. That shit over with.
Hey, man, it's about
you hype.
You bring your hands to the gunfight. Nigga, you don't never, nigga, you always be prepared, nigga. Especially when around the slapping motherfucker. You gotta be ready, bro. You gotta be ready, man.
I agree with you on that.
That boy, that was disrespectful, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I know, nigga, it's damn some niggas got them hands.
Hell yeah, but I'm telling you, it ain't too many niggas don't do that. My age gonna get out there and fight with those niggas.
Yeah, them old niggas ain't gonna fight with them.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna bust in your ass, boy. I'm telling you, quick.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be no long term shit.
It ain't gonna be no, hey man, meet me this guy.
Honestly, it's gonna be real quick. Then a nigga that slapped on me, man, why you shooting? No, nigga. I'm start crying now. I know it's hot. The ambulance comes. I know it's hot.
Nah, that's fucked up. Nigga gonna paralyze a nigga just because the nigga got smacked.
Man, where I come from, man, you don't put your hands on another grown man, period, though, bro.
What the fuck? What happened to a nigga getting into a fight, bro? Like,
that's old. Yeah, this old school talking to you now. We don't do that shit now, bro. You don't know some two old niggas fight. You ain't gonna see it.
That's a fact, ayo, that's a fact.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, bro. If I go to the store right now and smack me with a nigga, and he let me go, he gonna come around my hood, look at me, him and his gang, he gonna try to shoot my ass.
They gonna shoot you.
So
you gonna get shot.
You gonna get shot.
You slap that dude. Hey,
you're Mike Low.
Mike Low, whoever that is.
Yeah, so you gotta be prepared. It ain't like New York, like y'all be jumping niggas and shit.
Yeah, y'all be getting razor blades out of y'all mouth. Nigga, we ain't never had no razor blades in our mouth and shit down.
Oh, you talking about this right here. Well, you run up on lava if you want to.
Fired up as their guys are ready to do battle.
Hey, Coop, what you gonna do when nigga want to slap you? Now, Coop ain't ready. I think that nigga ain't going for that, man. That's it the nigga gotta say, man, you gotta kill that.
And you talking to an Arkansas nigga, Alabama nigga, Texas.
And look at this.
And a UFC fight, man. This nigga got it.
That's
You talking to all down south.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you're eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure.
I be saying them New York niggas get slapped on do now.
know niggas is driving. I'm giving that driving niggas.
I mean,
I think it's come out whoop pack. They gonna jump your ass.
Yeah, they driving ass niggas though.
We gotta get it back.
And niggas put a goddamn race rating up on their tongues all day long. Out everything, but hanging there, drinking everything.
His sixth touchdown of the season.
But you know we can't walk around with grips and shit up here, so it's like you get caught with one of those for every bullet. That's how many years you gonna serve. Yeah.
That's why a lot of y'all niggas get stabbed.
Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
You better walk around with the 3 rounds.
They didn't do that with this when Chicago needs
and it's down south though. We believe in them guns. There's guns around this one.
My nigga might hit you with a 12 gauge, might hit you with a sniper.
Then you pull up on an old ass white man. He gonna
that is some bullshit. Niggas getting clipped for no reason, bro.
It really is fucked up when you think about it.
Hell yeah.
You go around and slap a motherfucker though.
Listen though.
But I feel you though, like if a nigga done broke into your crib, nigga like that shit be fucked up. But I'm shaking. I'm on some. I would shake with you, but I feel you though. I feel you though where you coming from. That does make me get another perspective. Like nah, bro, that's crazy. Like niggas don't play around like that.
But that just show you don't how y'all should believe, how we believe this from where we from. You know what I'm saying? In New York, see, that's an everyday type shit. Niggas smack you, so you don't smack back. There it is.
Y'all niggas just, y'all niggas shaking right there.
We go to third and very manageable.
It's a different color.
What's up, some Chirac and them niggas though?
Oh yeah, them niggas is dumping from each end of the block.
They gonna be
Get on that little Twitter and Facebook shit, go talk shit.
You call nigga when you tell your kid, and so
you nigga turned to fuck with his girl at the club last night. They come to anything. Man, nigga tell my little boy, his little boy, to my little boy, bike. I'm coming through. God
damn! I'm coming through.
Man, you call a nigga ugly, you gonna die.
Hey, y'all know another place, no doubt, where like they don't give a damn about life. Or New Orleans, niggas, dog. Niggas ain't give a fuck about life. Nigga, life don't mean shit, bro. Like a dog. I won't be over there. I can live in New Orleans. They'll kill a nigga. And the law, they don't mean like that. You hear me? Life don't mean shit.
I can live in Detroit.
Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills wrong.
That brother Cap, man, that's for real, bro.
It's Jones.
So you walk to the store, you see a dead nigga. Damn. It's not that they let you.
Come on, bad rules.
All the New Orleans, nigga. Third Ward, Uptown, Fifth Ward, Catio Project, everything. Nigga, the mailman scared to get out and deliver the mail, bro.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm telling you, it's fucked up.
Nigga, nothing but swamp shit over there. You don't even know you walking in.
I'm telling you, even though, like the Catio Project, nigga, the laws only go into certain places, bro. And that's bad.
Nigga said the laws don't go into certain places.
I ain't bullshit, the law don't even go there.
Nigga, yo, you know what? That's how it is over here in the A. Niggas right there in the bluff.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the bluff.
It's a city inside of a city type shit.
Yeah, nigga, the law don't come through that motherfucker, nigga. Y'all govern y'all law y'all own shit. Y'all govern y'all own shit. Your law gotta bring the goddamn, what's that shit? The state troopers with them and shit. They come to that motherfucker.
Florida,
that block just like that too. It's all kinds of shit.
Florida on some
Florida too, yeah.
They gonna put your
Yeah, they make it like that bullshit. Y'all talking nigga don't give a damn. Nigga don't give a fuck. Don't even I didn't know what he was telling me to do. Get my goddamn arm back, man. It's a good ass place in the world, y'all. Nigga better be happy he is what he is. It's a crazy shit happening, I'm telling y'all.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set up.
And it's getting worse because it's getting the youngsters, man. I just watched TV, dog, this 13-year-old boy, the kid, the little white girl, in New York. That nigga 13 years old, man, kid, that little white girl, man.
A 15-year-old got domed in one of the projects that's not too far from me, bro.
That's too young, bro.
You know what I'm saying? For real, I can't even imagine.
Slinging that out, 15 to 13 years old.
Really what happened was the nigga just came through and I think he was trying to hit somebody else.
That's how it is. As the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Yo, what's up with the phone? What happened? Why did you take those?
And that'll make the score.
I don't know. They really playing a match. We ain't know them get playing a match. Y'all want one pro rate game? Yeah, we do, yeah.
Pick me up.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Yo, who that?
The decision to bring it out will
I thought you and him was playing Cooper. I thought Cooper Kill was playing the game. Man.
Nah, bro. Let's hit that right. We out.
I don't know what's going on.
The Saints
Cool. I can run hood cool. Can I hood cool?
Get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns.
Can you hear me now?
This becomes a pretty important.
You want to play?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Oh, niggas got. Oh yeah, Mexico. Nah, don't even do that. They got their own.
Yeah, that's what
I know y'all seen Narcos. They tell you how that shit go for real.
That shit real.
That's how it go. Yo, I ain't even, bro. When I seen the shit with Esco, I didn't even notice how the nigga Esco was doing it.
Hold on.
I've seen some niggas hanging on the highway.
You went out to Mexico?
No, I'm talking about video.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Yeah, nah,
and just
that
a
shit's
small
different.
glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meeting.
When we talked about him, they did.
Nigga, it's the Saints and the Buccaneers.
This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. They'll set up the throw.
Yeah, niggas trying to go threes.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the same Petro. It's a different name.
Watch the whip.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, my God.
Unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
I got
the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistent.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
They should let you bad, man.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football
like
game.
goddamn Christmas.
What's good on the extra point? And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
You gonna put it online and everything?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The toughest shit in there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
Walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
3rd and long for Winston. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Nice job bringing that one back.
Hey, man,
and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum.
You got a big man,
they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's the one like now. We want you to play, but you
so
can't come
up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
What y'all got out there?
No, I'm big.
I'll get my 2 again.
Okay. I know you have my dad wrong. There it is.
Camara try the right side.
I'm in the game, Tim.
My 2
and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Let me put him on my iPad.
They're good for a Saints 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead. Also has a sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think it helps set him apart from many of the other bats in the league.
Staying on the ground on first with Camara. Run down, losing
I'm in the game right now.
back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Who's streaming the game, man?
On 2nd and 11 now. Hundley.
Look into it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they need it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
get there. He left it just short. No good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. This is Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32 and obviously well short of the 1st down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says it's...
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Let's go, Pete.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this 1st half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones Hopkins with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Hodges nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
You're the best hole I ever known.
We're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going to try and throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Winston now. Looking downfield for Godwin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second and 10. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Hundley now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd and short. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And Lutz puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 9, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Yep.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now back to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Great start to the 2nd quarter, better than 30 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 10-yard touchdown run. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 9, Hundley. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They got a man. It's Woods. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Woods, the intended receiver. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll go again to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2.
I'm living without your bitch. The boys got a game brewing down there in Cameron.
Here's Winston. He's able to find Wallace. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield. So they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And that one results in 35 yards. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's second down. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
What a good game, man.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Buccaneers, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you need, tell me what you wanna give, how much blood, what you bleed. I'ma tell you I'm